This is ABC Columbia News with Josh Berry, Rochelle Dean. Weather with the Midland's most experienced meteorologist, John Farley. And sports with Mike Gillespie. Experience ABC Columbia News at 11.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for ABC Columbia News at 11. I'm Rochelle Dean. The unofficial results are coming into our newsroom for tonight's mayoral runoff election in the city of Columbia. We are learning these results. According to the South Carolina State Election Commission, Daniel Rickenman takes the majority of the lead with 52% of the votes and is your new Columbia mayor-elect. Tamika Isaac Devine takes home 48% of the votes. That's out of more than 20,000 voters who put pen to paper today. Both candidates had their own watch parties in downtown Columbia this evening as the election results came in. That's where we find ABC Columbia's Alex Tejada, who joins us now live from Main Street, where Daniel Rickenman is still celebrating his big win. Alex, must be an exciting time there. What are you seeing and what can you tell us?
Rochelle, 2 weeks ago, there were 4 candidates, and today there were only 2 competing in a runoff election. Tamika Isaac Devine and Daniel Rickenman. It was a very tight election, but Daniel Rickenman won with 52% of the vote to Devine's 48%, becoming the 37th mayor of the city of Columbia.
The internal thing we have shows 99.86 for Rickenman with
count audit process. The hand count will be recounted tomorrow morning beginning at 9 a.m. All right, let's take a break from some of the headlines and talk about your weather. It was a nice sunny day, but as the sun went down, of course, so did those temperatures. We've been feeling it drop by the minute. Tyler Ryan joins us now. The look at our current conditions. Tyler?
All right, guys. Yeah, you know what, Rochelle, it's true. It was a really nice day out today, unseasonably warm. Take a look at some of these high temperatures in the Midlands in the 70s, right? We should be about 67, so overall doing pretty well, right? It's 70s towards the north side of town, but 74, Columbia, Lexington, St. Matthews. Overall looking good. As we get into this evening, well, you know what happens. We do cool down. However, we do have that warm air that's pushing up from the southwest, and that's going to keep us a little more today. It almost feels like summertime with temperatures in the upper 70s. But don't put away the sweater, Shell.
Definitely. It is still fall, and it is getting to a point where we're going to start feeling it more and more. So definitely bundle up and make sure you have those kids bundled up as they head out for the bus in the morning. We'll see you in a bit, Tyler. In our continued coronavirus coverage tonight, here's a look at the latest statewide numbers from DHEC. Out of the most recent 10,000 tests, 446 came back positive for the virus. Nearly 910,000 South Carolinians have now tested positive for the virus since the pandemic began. Another 9 virus-related deaths were also announced today. This now totals more than 14,000 lives lost in the Palmetto State.
At reducing hospitalizations. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I keep it here. Still a lot more news coming up at 11. One Midlands Elementary School is helping their students shoe up some fun. Plus, the fate of 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse is now in the hands of a jury. We have the latest on the murder trial coming up after the break. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us for ABC Columbia News at 11. Students at One Midlands Elementary School will soon be walking a little taller. Today, the Columbia Rotary Club donated 67 pairs of brand new shoes to students at Weber Elementary School. Today's donation was part of an effort by Rotary clubs nationwide to make sure every child has a comfortable and clean pair of shoes.
Know that when they have on a new pair of shoes.
Center tonight.
All right, guys, I'm not saying it's not going to be chilly. It is, but take a peek at this. The next time we have a frost concern is going to be Friday rolling into Saturday. Some nice weather on the way. We'll talk about that coming up. All right, guys, welcome back to the show here. You know what? Not a bad day overall. Yesterday was 67. We were into the 70s. Today, we should be about 67 degrees. So that's where we topped out. Now, we did have that freezing issue this morning. A few places reporting frost. The next concern of that is going to be Friday into Saturday morning as we have some nice mild days in front of us. Although, yeah, some cooler days as well. So 70s is where we got to. 74 in Lexington, Columbia. 70s across the north parts of the Midlands, even down into Manning, 70 degrees. Overall, not too bad. So here's our Doppler radar. A little bit of moisture playing in. There is no rain that we're seeing at all. Let me back this thing back out so you can see. And basically the setup is this. We've got nice warm air pushing in from the Gulf Coast. That's going to give us some unseasonably warm temperatures. But there is that knock on heaven's door, 32. And, well, tomorrow we get into the upper 70s. Overall, it should be a pretty nice day tomorrow, but don't get used to it. Cool weather on the way. We'll talk about that in the 7-day in a few minutes. Rochelle?
All right, thanks, Tyler. If we're going to be into the 70s, get outside and enjoy it while you still can. Coming up next in sports, the Tigers try to keep their ACC championship hopes alive this Saturday in the Valley. Plus, it used to be Shane Beamer's dream job. Now it's open.
The question had to be asked today. After all, the Beamers will forever be connected to Virginia Tech. Frank Beamer coached the Hokies for nearly 30 years. So naturally, when the opening at VT came open this morning after Virginia Tech fired Justin Fuente, everyone first thought of Shane Beamer, Frank's son. Shane, of course, went to Virginia Tech, played for the Hokies, graduated there, get Clemson tomorrow night. That's it for Sports Right Now. More news coming right up on the other side of the break.
Well, you heard Tyler say it. We're looking at 70s tomorrow, and then it's downhill from there. That's our time for ABC Columbia News at 11. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 5, 6, and 11. Good night.